Ollie, good morning. How are you? Hope you had a good weekend. Good morning, Russell. How are you? Good morning, Emmett Jarvis. Good morning, Chen Chen. Man, you guys are early. Good morning, Dia. Good morning, Jules. Good morning, Everett. Good morning, Nico. Good morning, Cadence. Happy birthday, Cadence. We have a plan to sing. Good morning, Somerset. Good morning, Owen. I'm going to put the link to the notes in. Okay. Excuse me. Good morning, Owen Jones. I think I said that, but good morning anyway. Good morning, Avery Forsyth. Good to have you. Good morning, Sadie Childs. Good morning, Che. Good morning, Cameron. Good morning, Ezra. So it's still early. If you want, you can check your email. Remember that today is Tuesday, which may be a little confusing for people. But today we are having our Google Odyssey group meetings. And I'll go over this too, but there's another chapter of the Odyssey posted. Good morning, Zoe. Good morning, Maggie Cords. Good morning, Lena. And I'll be right back. Hold on one second. Hey, Des, could you send Miriam up? Sorry about that. We're getting the band together. They're roaming around outside. Good morning, Ella. Okay, a few more minutes and then we'll get started. Good morning, Everett. I don't even know what that means. Good morning, Mallory. Easter Island? I don't get it. All right. So we're going to wait just one more minute and see if more folks show up. I hope everybody had a good weekend. We had some good weather, and today looks like it's going to be hot. And actually, I have a video from May 9th on my phone when it was snowing, which is just 2 weeks ago. Cooper Davis, good morning. Come on. We have to sing. Okay. You ready? All right. Cadence. Happy birthday on the count of three. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Cadence. Happy birthday to you. Give me 5. Thanks. Can you close the door? So that kid went on her first mountain bike trip with me yesterday, which was awesome. And we had everybody was out mountain biking. It was kind of cool. All right. So today is actually Tuesday trivia day. So we're going to play trivia in just a second. But before we do that, I have a bunch of announcements and reminders. Okay. So hey, good morning, Will Ivy. We always talk about it's not where you start, it's where you finish. And the finish line is in sight. Good morning, Sammy Tucker. Good morning, Lex. You didn't tell me it was your birthday, Lex. Happy birthday to you. So it's not where you start, it's where you finish. And the finish line is in sight. We have about 2.5 more weeks of school left. And we are going to, good morning, Mia. And we are going to talk about what needs to happen before that school, those 2.5 weeks are over. So as you know, the last day of school is June 11th. The last day of school is June 11th. And we are going to have some tasks that we need to get accomplished by then. So just some more reminders. Okay, some more reminders. Today is Tuesday. So don't forget, if you're in Group A, we're meeting at 9:30. If you're in Group B, we're meeting at 9:45. Also, this afternoon in your email, I sent you a schedule of consultations for your final project. And so what that means is at like today at 1:30, Ella Averbeck is scheduled for a consultation. And what that means is I'll be on the Dynamix 802 meet and I'll just be waiting. And if you want to come in at 1:30 and you want to ask questions about the final project, you can do that. Okay. And I've scheduled 5 minutes for each student. So Ella's at 1:30, Aiden Bushy's at 1:35, Cadence is at 1:40. It's all right here on the schedule. Okay. Good morning, Hanil, and good morning, Aiden. So again, if you guys need to talk to me about your final project, you look at the link that's in your email. Look at the link that's in your email, and then you see what time you show up. And then at that time, you go to Dynamix 802 Meet. Okay? And then you can ask me questions, and we can talk for about 5 minutes. All right? So again, today, Literacy Group A, we're meeting at 9:30. Literacy Group B, we're meeting at 9:45. Starting at 1:30, there are time slots for individual consultations. If you have a question about your final project, you just need to drop in at the appointed time and ask me those questions. If the time that I have scheduled for you does not work, then you need to email me and I can set up a different time for you. Okay? So those are 2 reminders: your small group Odyssey meetings, your final project consultations. Another reminder, 8th graders, you need to make sure you send pictures if you want to be in the 8th grade slideshow. Okay, so again, we're starting to see the finish line, and these are some of the tasks that we need to make sure we get accomplished. If you want to be a part of the 8th grade slideshow, which is a tradition at the end of the year, you need to make sure that you send Dia Kulkarni your pictures. Good morning, Hazel Green. And good morning, Alara Cohn. And I said good morning to Aiden and Hanil. All right. The sooner you get those in, the better. Okay. So other reminders. All right. The finish line. If you guys have listened to the entire Odyssey and you have finished your final project reflection by June 5th, you're in really good shape. June 5th is the deadline to get the Odyssey finished and to get your final project reflections in. If you guys are staying organized and keeping a calendar, you may want to write that into the calendar, okay? I will have posted the remaining chapters of the Odyssey by the end of this week. And then the final project you'll have until the end of June 5th is the end of next week. Okay, so we want to have the Odyssey finished, and we want to have our final project reflections completed by June 5th. Okay, does anybody have a question so far? Good morning, Owen. Does anybody have a question so far? The illustrated study guide, it is not required, but if you want to send that, if you want to complete that and send it in, I will definitely accept that. Okay. Nico, you need to read your email. All the information about the reflections are in your email. There's links to it as well. It's the final project, as well as you need to make sure that you've gone through all the final project information. So those are the reminders. And now I'm just going to talk about the learning opportunities. Again, these are all in your email. Learning opportunity number 1 is to continue listening to the Odyssey. As I just mentioned, there's a new chapter posted to the Odyssey, chapter 8. It's 8.1. There's going to be a second part, and then there's a chapter 9, and then we're done. So learning opportunity number 1, you want to continue listening to the Odyssey. Learning opportunity number 2 is you want to be working on your final reflection project. And the rough draft of your final reflection project is due. It'd be good if it was due if you had it completed by the end of this week. So the final reflection project, if you have a rough draft of your slideshow or your speech, or you have plans for your creative project, if you have that finished, that rough draft by the end of this week, you'll be in good shape. Remember, we only have 4 days in this week, so you're going to have to put some work into it. Okay. And then learning opportunity number 3 is the PLP evidence page. You need to continue putting learning opportunity certificates on your evidence page. So Mia Reynolds has a question. All we need to do with the Odyssey at this point is finish listening to it. Right now, you do have to finish listening to it. Probably at the end of next week, I'm going to give you a very short assignment about the Odyssey. It'll be a reflective paragraph, or you could, if you want to turn in your sketch notes, you'll be able to turn in your sketch notes. I haven't quite figured it out yet. It's going to depend on how much work folks are going to be capable of doing. Okay, that's a good question though. But for right now, you need to listen to the Odyssey, and you need to be working on your final reflection projects. Okay, and if you get certificates, you need to make sure that you're posting those on the evidence page of your PLP. Does anybody have questions right now? Okay, before we get to trivia, I just also want to announce that there's a St. Michael's graduate education student who also grew up in Montpelier and graduated from Montpelier High School. His name is Matthew Cesiri. And Matthew Cesiri, again, is getting his graduate degree in education from St. Michael's College. And he is right now trying to become a teacher. And so he's interested in remote learning opportunities, and he may be joining us for some small group activities. That information is in the week ahead letter that is sent home to your families, but I just want you to be aware of that a St. Michael's graduate student, maybe it's like a student teacher type thing, may be joining us for a couple of our small group interactions. All right, so just be aware of that. So tomorrow, if you see Matthew Cesiri on the chat, it's all good. Okay. Anybody have any questions while I get trivia set up? Okay, here we go. Tuesday trivia. Okay. The first question is a geographical question. If you were to travel from Montpelier to Bennington, Vermont. Which direction would you travel in? Hazel Green with the win. That is correct. You would travel south. Very good. Very good. Okay. Let me see here. Okay. Why did you write west, Hazel Green? That is not. All right. Anyway, Hazel had the correct first answer. Next question. Next question. I want you to name. Okay. I want you to name three rivers, not streams, three rivers in Vermont. Three rivers in Vermont. Go. People. Dia Kulkarni, that's one. Zoe Plummer Tripp she was the first one, the Dog River, the Winooski, and the Mad River. We also have the Lamoille River and the Connecticut. That's a good one. The Connecticut. Oh boy, we need to work on our spelling. So Zoe Plummer Tripp, nice job. The Dog, the Mad, and the Winooski. Okay, so right now Hazel Green and Zoe Plummer Tripp have correct answers. Okay, here is a Vermont type question. How many gallons of sap does it take to make 1 gallon of maple syrup? The correct answer is 40 gallons of sap, and Ollie Laxer is the correct. Ollie Laxer is the winner. It's 40 gallons of sap for 1 gallon of maple syrup. Okay. All right, here we go. If you were to oh boy. Name one president. Name one president who was born in Vermont. Name one president who was born in Vermont. Russell Clare with the correct answer. Calvin Coolidge. Nice. Good work. Okay, here's your next question. Chester Arthur and Calvin Coolidge were born in Vermont. Okay, next question. If you were to travel from Montpelier to Swanton, Vermont, which direction would you travel? North, but it needs to be. Oh my goodness. Still looking Mia Reynolds. Thank you very much. Mia Reynolds has the correct answer with northwest. You would travel northwest to Swanton. Now, here is a very so Mia Reynolds also has Mia Reynolds. Okay. So we are all tied up at 1. I have Mia, Hazel, Zoe, Ollie, and Russell Clare have all answered correctly. Okay, here's your next question. How many counties are there in Vermont? How many counties are there in Vermont? Whew. Somerset Pierce has the correct answer. Somerset with 14 is the correct number. 14 is the correct number. Good. Nice work. Ella Averbeck, a lot. And there's Everett with a bunch of bald eagles. I'm not sure what that means, but you're right. So Somerset Pierce gets on the board. Okay, here's your next directional question. You're traveling to the Fairbanks Museum. Which direction would you travel to get to the Fairbanks Museum? Oh my goodness. Easty is not a direction, but Russell Clare has the correct answer with east. So right now, Russell is in the lead with 2 correct answers. Russell is in the lead with 2 correct answers. Okay, here we go. Easty. Next question, and this is the last question of the morning. Oh, I'm going to ask you a hard question. Throughout the last 2 months, we've been getting updates on a regular weekly basis from the governor of Vermont, speaking about the health situation in Vermont. He is often accompanied by the commissioner of health or the director of the Vermont Department of Health. Who is the director of the Vermont Department of Health? You will have heard his name on the radio and television if you've been paying attention. Oh, stoner off, so close. Somerset Pierce. The correct answer is Mark Levine. Very good. So, Mike Levin. The correct answer is Mark Levine. So on today, May 26th, our Tuesday trivia concludes with Somerset Pierce and Russell Clare in a tie with 2 correct answers each. Good job, everybody. If I don't see you in a consultation or I don't see you in your Odyssey small group, I will hopefully see you tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning. I hope you have a great day, and I hope that you get outside. Make sure you stay hydrated as it is going to be somewhat warm and hot. Have a great afternoon, everybody. Thanks for showing up, and I will see you soon. Take care.